Question.
What is there a name for this ceremony?
Patriotic Tribute. It's the MOJO, M-O-J-J-J-O, which means Military Outreach Judo and Jiu-Jitsu Organization Incorporated. The MOJO, Patriotic Tribute and Ceremony of the Ashes. So whether you put MOJO in front of it or not, Patriotic Tribute and Ceremony of the Ashes.
I'm gonna put that in front of it.
You better. It is.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came.
All right, this is June the 9th, 2023. We're at the Jacksonville Memorial Gardens in Jacksonville, North Carolina, outside of Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. What we're doing here is every year, and we've been doing this quite a few years, we honor and remember our fallen. By honoring and remembering our fallen, this is a sacred, silent ceremony. We go through the process, and whatever anyone is feeling in their hearts and minds and bodies for their fallen member, that's up to them. Okay, so there's no speechifying and things like that that normally occurs, no bands and none of the rest of that. So process, what we do, we start here. It's a walking tribute. It's a walking tribute to set up this part of it. This is only the first half of it. We start here at the beginning array. We move from this position down the pathway beyond it. History, the history of Marines of African descent that came in the Marine Corps, the Montford Point Marines. There's a Montford Point Marine memorial over here. So we first of all walk through that memorial. We circumnavigate it. Again, no speeches. We move directly from there across to the Vietnam Memorial. It's a circular memorial. It's a glass enclosure. All the names that are on the wall that are same place up in Arlington, up in the Arlington area, are on this wall here. We walk through that wall and around the fountain. We come out of that, we walk back up the pathway, we move directly across over to the Beirut. Again, walking through history. Walk to the Beirut Memorial. At that memorial, sitting on the base of that memorial is a cauldron, a burn cauldron. When we ask people to purchase luminaries to remember their and honor their fallen, to create ashes, we're now creating sacred ashes. Those luminaries are going to be then set to flame. Once that's done, ashes will be created. Those ashes will be gathered up. They will be put into a small funeral urn. That small funeral urn will be then compacted, and it will be carried with us from this point. So once we've finished making the ashes there, we finish up at this portion at the 9/11 Memorial. So the 9/11 Memorial sits there. We come at this point in time. We then assemble everything, and we terminate this portion of this particular memorial ceremony, honoring and remembering ceremony. Now, we terminate this, and at 3:15 tomorrow, Saturday, at the Tomb of the Unknowns at Arlington National Cemetery, those ashes that were created here will be taken to Arlington National Cemetery. At 3:15, we will have the wreath that we present here will be taken up to Arlington National Cemetery, and it will be laid at the Tomb of the Unknowns at Arlington National Cemetery. And at that time, we will then move off to the side. After our wreath has been laid, we will move off to the side, and then we will take a capful or measure of those ashes that have been created here, and they're cast to the winds at that particular memorial. We leave from that memorial. My war was the Vietnam War, so we proceed directly to the Vietnam Memorial. Once we go to the Vietnam Memorial, again, I do my particular portion of the ceremony at that point in time, honoring and respecting my fellow individuals who have fallen during that particular combat, and then cast a measure of ashes to the winds at that memorial. We walk past that memorial, proceed over to the others in that mall. We go to the nurses, representing the nurses and several other particular statues and shrines that are in that area, okay? Once we finish at that portion, then we bundle up ourselves to the last part of the leg of what we're doing. bundle ourselves up, move over. We go to then the Iwo Jima Memorial. Okay, at the Iwo Jima Memorial, being Marines and being highly motivated, which we are, we then get to the Iwo Jima Memorial. We circumnavigate that memorial, and then all remaining ashes at that time are cast to the winds at that memorial. So that terminates. Once that's done, we move off the side, undress, and come back home. Okay, so that ends that. No one's had no speechifying, no platitudes or anything else of that nature. Whatever one's feeling, they're feeling it within themselves, their own heart, mind, bodies, and souls. And afterwards, we can fellowship or whatever we need to do. But we just ask you to come back next year and continue to march. Okay, that's it.
Thank you so much, Sergeant Major. Introduce yourself for.
Sergeant Major E.O. Beshiman Mayfield, United States Marine Corps, retired, entered the Marine Corps in 1959, and retired in 1998. Okay, I had 9 years of some broken time, so there you go.
All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. I am at the Moffett Point Marine Memorial, and I am at the Wall of Stars. You see those stars on the wall? Those are the Wall of Stars. This Wall of Stars symbolizes approximately 20,000 African Americans fighting men who once stood at Moffett Point Marine. You all, this is the Beirut Memorial. The Beirut Memorial. And for those of you all friends and family members who have lost a loved one during the bombing of the during the bombing of the barracks in Beirut, I'm going to film this wall for you so that hopefully, if anyone is viewing this, a family member, you can rewind and look at your loved one's name.
some other stuff in this stuff that they give you better fire. Salute. Ready. Two. Retire the reef. It is what it is. It is exactly what it is. You know, no nonsense. Patriotic tribute ceremony of the ashes. And I hope you guys understood it and got it together and stuff as well.
Yes.
And again, when we do this, the more the merrier, and the more that want to, you know, get together. In the past, we have actually had excursions when we first started doing this. I used to rent a bus, load us up, and take a whole bus load up there with us when we did this, okay?
Now, how long has this actual ceremonies been taking place?
We've been doing this. I've been doing this about almost 10 years. No speeches.
Awesome.
I say there's nothing about it. You want to do it, you do it. If you don't, fine.
Right.
It's going to get done. Okay? That's the point. It's going to get done. So, again, in the past, we have rented buses and taken bus loads of people up. But, you know, my pockets can't handle all that all the time. You know, I got grown people that's got more money than I will ever have. Right. They don't want to pay nothing, but, you know, so we did that to begin with. But after that, I said, fine, it's going to get done. So there you go. So this is yours, it's ours, whatever we want to do with it. You know who we are, you know where we are. What if you want to take, like NAB vets want to take it and blow it up bigger than this, fine, okay? It's going to get done. That's the point. You can rely on the fact that this part is going to happen. So whatever we want to make of it, let's do it, okay? All right? As long as it's legit. If it ain't, I ain't talking to you.
Right, gotta be legit.
All right? Okay, any questions that you have of me anytime, you know how to reach me 24/7, say. So 910-330-1352. You can call me to 24/7 as long as it's business. If it's BS, I ain't talking to you, okay? So Yeah, I know. When I see you smile, you know what I'm talking about, right?
We heard that one. We heard that speech, all right?
Don't mess with- quit messing
Thank
with
you.
grandmama's shoes, boy.